It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. Real settle, I done crept up, homie, I stepped up. Froze the neck up, my chase up, homie. Curveballs got me hitting sliders. Pinning hits like pinatas, it's a message in the cuts like stigmata. Yeah, we been in them corners, night to the morning, ayy. Crossing over through the borders, ayy. New chick, she imported, ayy. Bring sand when I'm in the beach, boy, I stay dripping like water, ayy. Private chef cooking up the plate, came a long way from that porch. I'm the artist, I'm the writer, I'm the publisher. Bitch, I'm an author, got more drive than a Thunderbird. I'm a leader, put my people on the hella work. Play me, I be rocking your skull like I'm the Punisher. Still got it, still bad it. Your lady hanging off the kielbasa. Bill pasta, I'm entertaining in my Villa Casa. Been a monster, but need the profit. I forgot me till I popped up on them like Team Rocket. Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. As y'all know, in my previous video, we just talked about basically part two of Drake and his legal team coming to the judge, basically requesting a list of documents that need to be, or that they would like to be submitted into discovery. Of course, the judge is going to have to drop the hammer on what is and what is not going to be permissible. But we've already talked about the Lucian Grange. We've already talked about Kendrick. We talked about Kendrick Dave Free and Kendrick's children. We talked about the Pusha T thing. We briefly touched on Scru Face Jean, but the homie Screw has actually come out and decided to issue his own statement in response to being mentioned in Drake's UMG investigation for discovery. All right. And it's a big deal because this is the only person that has spoken and probably the only person that is going to speak on this. And if our podcast, they're probably going to stay far away from this shit. But Screw has come out and issued a response. He didn't go crazy. He didn't snap on Drake or anything like that, which I wouldn't advise to do anyway, because we're dealing with somebody that's in a very sensitive state right now. Okay? In a very emotional place. Very, very much heartbroken. You just never know what somebody is liable to do when they're in that type of predicament. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up what Scru Face Jean had to say, because he was saved for last. He was like the last name in that motherfucker right after NFR podcast. And they're basically looking into any communications between UMG, Republic, Interscope, going towards Scru Face Jean, whether that be on Twitter or directly through his email. All right? I'm going to go ahead and pick it up from here. Let Screw say his piece.
79. All documents and communications relating to the person or persons using the X handle at ScruFaceJean and email scrufacejean@gmail.com. Little old me. The thing that I found a little confusing about this one was it seemed with the document 78, there was a lot more specifics than there was with 79. It felt like just a vague, we just trying to, can we just look around here and see. I tried to tell y'all, and I'm going to be honest, this is my second time recording this because I kind of might have been a little too mad and said some things in my first one that I didn't see fitting of a person like me. So, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. First of all, believe it or not, I am honored and flattered to the highest regard Oh, Drake, I used to be a huge fan. Here's the crazy part. I'm one of the only people who didn't think The Heart Part 6 was as bad as everybody else.
And I still think you was tripping. You know what I'm saying? I gotta jump in here every now and then. I still think you was bugging. You know what I'm saying? That song is absolute garbage. Not to mention all of his rebuttals, all of his flips that he tried to use on Kendrick. You know, y'all want to say it ain't about fact checking, but at bare minimum, you could at least listen to a nigga song and interpret it correctly to come up with an angle rather than to fuck it up and it be instantly recognizable. So I think, you know, we ain't got to readdress that, but I just had to. But he's saying he was one of the only people that actually did fuck with that record, which he was. He was very much alone on that hill. So I'm gonna let him keep going.
My own fans thought I was bugging. Here's another crazy part. Lately, there's been people being like, man, I feel like you kind of getting soft on Drake. I don't know if you... I was just on... I was just talking with Green from Rap Latte. And I was talking about how I was getting sick of this stuff and I only wanted to cover the major stuff. And it's all starting to feel like Stan Moore stuff and it's real. But nope. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
Not gonna lie, I actually agree with Screw here. You know what I mean? As much Drake content circulates on the internet, especially because Drake puts so much stuff out himself, whether it be on stage, whether it be through his Instagram stories, whether it be on his Finsta page, whether he's on somebody's stream, and he's constantly clip farming, he's constantly engagement farming, and he's willing to do it at the embarrassment of himself. And sometimes it does seem like frivolous information or just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But since it's relevant, since it's constantly in the conversation, we cover it. But a lot of it is, just like internet fodder bullshit, this nigga lame. And just reiterating how lame the nigga is. So I can understand him wanting to kind of like scale back on Drake related content, because at some point it does feel super repetitive. It does feel like participating in a Stan war that's kind of unnecessary. But at the same time, if the nigga wasn't doing the bullshit, it wouldn't be nothing to talk about.
I told y'all, go back and watch my original videos about this. A lot of people thought I was paranoid. A lot of people thought I didn't know what I was saying. A lot of people think, you're overdoing it, bruh. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I said this in the beginning of the video, but right now, this is the most important statement I think I've made. And I'm going to have some new shirts coming soon. Don't worry. For everybody who wants to support me, who wants to support my page and support this movement, I'm bringing it back for the next week, 7 days. I will send thank you videos. I don't care if it takes all day. I'm sending thank you videos to everybody who grabs a Protect Hip Hop Culture shirt. I've said in other videos it's more important ever than now. No, it's more important ever than now. Not because anything in this is bullshit, this is BS, but because where do you stand in this? Because there's no longer you can just be some passive, No. One quote that keeps finding its way back in my life that I've been using a lot lately is, sometimes when a child is shunned from a village, they come back to that village and burn it down just to feel its warmth.
Yeah, that's a very interesting quote. Not a quote that I've never heard before. I've heard it before, but it makes a lot of sense as it pertains to the issue at hand with this nigga Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, if he's being shunned by hip hop, he's willing to come back and let's be clear, attempt to burn it down. He's not going to burn down hip hop. I know a lot of people feel like there's a lot riding on hip hop with the precedent that this lawsuit or this case or this trial, if it comes to trial, may have on hip hop. I want to be very clear on my stance on this, right? Hip hop has been important before Drake. It'll be important after Drake. If he no longer is a thing, or if people allow him to continue to be a thing, this lawsuit is not going to stop hip hop. It's not going to make labels hesitant to sign artists. I know a lot of people put this stuff out there. It's not going to make labels hesitant to partake in hip hop. They say one bad apple can ruin the entirety. No, it's not going to happen. He's not bigger than a program. There's too much going on in hip hop for him to just come in and take a shit, and it just spoils the entirety of it. Hip hop is far too vast. We are hip hop. So even if the labels do at some point say we're not investing in the hip hop as much, hip hop will always have a voice within the people. We, the people, compose this. We drive this. We buy the albums. We listen to the music. We share. Content creators like myself and Scru and others, we generate conversation around this. That will continue. Whether Drake is here, whether UMG, Republic, Interscope is here, all the motherfuckers can go away. Hip hop is ingrained in too many people's DNA for it to be negatively impacted in the way that some people believe. So please, don't walk around here with like a chicken with your head cut off, scared. Oh, he's burning down hip hop. He can try, but he ain't gonna do nothing but char his damn self. He will leave before hip hop does. Trust and believe that.
That's why I feel like it's happening with Drake. Drake, nobody can be on top forever. You took a bad one, a nasty one, a prolifically nasty one. But you got to understand, there is no payment, there is no communication with UMG that would make me feel any different about the way that I felt about this battle. You can keep trying to think that UMG is side ducking our enjoyment of this song into our heads, or like we don't really like this song, we were botted to think. You could keep thinking that it's bots and stuff like that, but it's like, bro, I really love that song. I really love that everything. But like I said, I'm flattered that you even thought of me. My emotions are a lot. My brain is a lot of places, but I'm glad you even. I'm flattered you even know who I am, and I guess my voice has been such an important voice in this. You would think. He said, nah, he making too much. He gotta have. That's crazy, gang. And another thing, I'm a child of hip hop. I grew up. I know a lot of the hip hop stories. I know about when Death Row got into the fight at that golf. I know about all the stories. And I'm going to tell you right now, this lawsuit, and the reason I've been covering and talking about it, is this is one of the most prolific and probably important lawsuits in the history of hip hop. I've been said it. And now this moment in hip hop will set a lot of precedents, could potentially change certain things, already has. If you look at certain, people who might have had troubles with their labels and stuff like that, allegedly. You know what I mean? But now I am forever a part of this moment. And I love it. Little old me, the village boy. Fam, Crody, are you like this? Before I didn't know, but now I do. I am more convinced ever that if you are trying to go through my emails and my Twitter messages to try to find, I guess, some sort of communications with UMG about payola, like what are you even alleging? Like what are you even alleging through the documents? Because you're not even really insinuating I did anything. You're just trying to check, which is crazy. Drake, this is hip hop. I know, like, come on, bro. You got to understand. it's with me and you when it comes to whatever. This whole little character that people think that he just everything is hate Drake. Oh yeah, don't worry. It's like you wanted me. They've been wanting this. Don't worry, bro. Yeah, because just on some man shit, a person who would like it put me in paperwork and insinuating what a person who would put me in paperwork. It's up. It's about to be entertainment now. Uh-huh.
Only thing I disagree with Screw here, here is to say it's up, it's entertainment, to basically say that you finna demolish him from here forward. I don't think you should have played that hand publicly, personally. Now, again, we're talking about somebody who is in a very emotional, tender, some might call tender dick in the town that he likes to try to rep in Houston. Like, this nigga is looking for a way out. He's looking for weakness. Not weakness in terms of actual strength, but weakness in alibi. He's looking for any weakness that he can try to exploit in terms of motive or people being motivated to go against him. So I don't personally think Screw should have said that in particular just to protect his own ass for future reference, because if he's showing up here, who's to say that he won't be investigated further within this? I don't think he's got anything on him necessarily, but it could create a burden on his situation. You know what I'm saying? Especially since this trial, I believe there will be a trial. It's coming next year, and it's gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? So hopefully, it's not like I don't know, but he's saying UMG ain't contacted him, so he feels like he's squeaky clean. But other than that, everything else, I get where he's coming from completely.
It's up and it's stuck. You know what I mean? You feel me? And I know what kind of person you are. I'm not talking about any violent acts. I'm not talking about I'm just talking about when it comes to covering you, when it comes to the way I'm going to look at you. Like anybody who says, yeah, well, now when you put somebody in paperwork, yeah, it's going to, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. This will not be the first time I'll be talking about this. We're going to keep talking about this. Might got some new music coming soon. Stay tuned for that. If you didn't think I'd have made it on the cop list. Hey, cop list. The op list to the cop list. Nah. You know what's the craziest part about this too? Mama, we made it! We made it! Nobody can ever tell me that I'm not an important voice anymore. Shout out to Laubrey, huh? Drizzy Fake, Champagne Cop. Yeah! This is about to be fun. I don't know what you think you're going to find or what you're looking for or what's the purpose of this. I can't even believe that there is a court that is taking these things seriously right now. And I don't know what you're trying to insinuate. But there I am. There it is. You seen it. Stay tuned. Because this is just the beginning. Hey, I'd have made it on the cop list. Hey. Shout out to everybody who supports me. Shout out to all the new Twitter followers I've gotten. Shout out to all the new, I'm sure, subscribers I'll get from this. If you're just seeing me now, if you're just seeing me through this, my name is Scru Face Jean. I am a rapper who just gives my opinion on music. That's how I look at myself. If you want to call me a reactor, go ahead, I'll accept that. If you want to call me hip-hop media, go ahead, I'll accept that. But like I said, new music coming soon. My Chains of Whips freestyle. You done messed up my Chains of Whips freestyle, gang. You done messed up my Chains of Whips freestyle. Might have to add another verse to that. But like I said, bro, if you want to support me, go to fromthevillage.us, go grab something.
Also, unsolicited advice, I would say if you're updating your Chains and Whips freestyle, talk about the situation. Try not to talk about him. If he's willing to sue over a diss record, and he's willing to sue people that have the resources to fight back, just think what he would try to do to somebody who probably does not have the same amount of resources to protect themselves long term. You know, these big wigs, these people that have multiple millions, sometimes they just want to drain you. You know what I'm saying? So I would just be very aware of that as well. If you already got a Chains and Whips freestyle you dropping and you're talking about certain things that's going on, I would say maybe keep it where it's at. Because if you start taking direct shots at him, and he's clearly tuned in to what you got going on to a certain degree, just be safe, be careful. You know what I mean? Because although him listing you in that Discovery production is bullshit, who knows what type of bullshit he may try to shovel your way just because he can. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about that. But shout out to Scru. And yeah, man, this is the lamest shit of all time. Drake has solidified himself as the softest rapper we've ever seen. And his actions show that. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.